If you ever wonder what a monster would look like in Monster Hunter World Iceborne as a potential robot, then look no further because I've got the game that does exactly that. Hey everyone, Pinoy here once again, and today we are going to be taking a look at Horizon Zero Dawn and its expansion, the Frozen Wilds, as well as Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the collaboration events between Monster Hunter World Iceborne and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, we're not just going to be taking a look at the event quests themselves, we're actually going to be taking a look at the different monsters for these different event quests, because these monsters actually represent creatures from Horizon Zero Dawn, which are the machines. Now, the machines themselves, as the name states, are mechanical beings in Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, in this particular case scenario, because Capcom themselves cannot bring these machines into Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne, instead, Capcom replaced these machines with monsters of the game itself. So, which monster represents which machine? Let's go ahead and find out. If you enjoyed these videos, please feel free to leave a like on the video itself, as well as subscribe to the channel so you can catch up on future content that I might be doing or any other games that I might be playing in future. Now let's go ahead and get started on which monster represents which machine in Horizon Zero Dawn and Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now to get started, we are going to be taking a look at the base game content first and then the expansion content afterwards. In the base game of Monster Hunter World, the very first Horizon Zero Dawn event quest is known as Lessons of the Wild, which has the players hunt down 8 Barnos in the arena. When it comes to the Barnos actually represent yet another annoying flying creature in my personal opinion in Horizon Zero Dawn as well. Now there's only one type of creature in Horizon Zero Dawn that's both annoying and flies around that is not a large machine, which is known as the Glinthawks. The Glinthawks are basically just a Barnos in machine form. They are annoying, they spit at you, and they will tackle you down on the ground much like that of your standard Barnos, especially when they're in the master rank difficulty. So definitely when it comes to the Barnos representing a specific machine in Monster Hunter World, it's gonna be the Glinthawks, because the Glinthawks are the most annoying creatures and they fly around when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn. Now as a side note, I'm not quite sure why you get Watcher lenses from the Barnos if they're representing Glinthawks, because when it comes to the Glinthawks, they give you Glinthawk lenses. They should have given us the Jagresses, the Shamos, or the Gyros, which could potentially represent the Watchers instead in Monster Hunter World if they're doing the Horizon Zero Dawn collaboration with the Watcher lenses as their reward. So that would have made more sense in my personal opinion. The next event quest that we get introduced to in Monster Hunter World for the Horizon Zero Dawn collaboration is known as the Proving. The Proving is actually a very pivotal event in Horizon Zero Dawn, so I highly advise playing the Horizon Zero Dawn game, or at least looking into the storyline or the cutscenes of the game to have a better idea as to why the Proving is a very important event in Horizon Zero Dawn. Now when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn's collaboration event in Monster Hunter World, the Proving will have you go into the ancient forest and hunt down an Anjanath. Now the Anjanath itself actually represents a specific machine that you hunt down a little bit later on in Horizon Zero Dawn, which is known as a Bellowback. The Bellowbacks come in two forms. You have the Freeze Bellowback and you have the Fire Bellowback. The Fire Bellowback is the very first one you get introduced to, they're fairly common, and the Freeze Bellowback you get introduced to once you go up a little bit north when it comes to the map of Horizon Zero Dawn. So I would say when it comes to the Anjanath representing a specific machine, it's none other than the Fire Bellowbacks. It's fairly obvious, they both have fire-based attacks. Now, if you really want to take a look into the deeper details of these two creatures, just take a look at their silhouette and their general kind of appearance and shape. You will start to see why it is that Capcom was trying to represent a Fire Bellowback when it comes to the Anjanath in Monster Hunter World for this event quest. They have large stocky bodies, bipedal stature, and when it comes to the dorsal sail of the Anjanath itself, you can kind of see it as being the fuel tank on the Bellowback's back. So yeah, when it comes to it, imagine an Anjanath as a machine, there you go, you have a Fire Bellowback. The final event quest for the Horizon Zero Dawn collaboration, which I think is a bit overkill, is known as the Heart of Nora. The Heart of Nora in Monster Hunter World will have you hunt down 2 Devil Joes in the ancient forest. I personally think it's a little bit overkill that we have to hunt down 2 tempered Devil Joes at that when it comes to the Heart of Nora, because I didn't feel any kind of remorse when it came to Capcom giving us two Devil Joes in one area. And not only that, they can converge with one another, meaning that they can meet and destroy you at the same time. Now, the great thing about it is that they can kill each other if they really want to, but again, it's a little bit overkill when you have two Devil Joes facing you and you're thinking, yeah, I'm gonna get pickled. So yeah, that's pretty much what I felt like when it came to the Heart of Nora event quest. Now, the Heart of Nora event quest is actually representing the Heart of Nora storyline in Horizon Zero Dawn. In that particular storyline, you actually get introduced to a specific machine in that particular game, which is known as a Thunderjaw. The Thunderjaw represents basically a gigantic T-Rex-like machine, very similar to that of how the Devil Joe looks like in Monster Hunter World. Now, the key thing here is that Monster Hunter World was actually trying to replicate what happened in the Heart of Nora event in Horizon Zero Dawn's storyline, in that the Thunderjaw actually attacks the Nora lands in the same way that the Devil Joe attacks the Ancient Forest. Having said that though, I think Capcom went above and beyond in trying to kill us, because when it came to the two Devil Joes, that never happened in Horizon Zero Dawn. There was only one Thunderjaw in Horizon Zero Dawn. There was no two Thunderjaws at the same time in that particular event, and in Monster Hunter World, we have two Tempered Devil Joes to deal with. So I have no idea what Capcom was thinking when it came to the two gigantic golden pickles when it came to the Heart of Nora event quest. Why did Capcom do that? I will never know. Alright, with the base game stuff now out of the way, let's take a look at the expansion with Monster Hunter World Iceborne and Horizon Zero Dawn, The Frozen Wilds. The very first event quest that we get introduced to in Monster Hunter World Iceborne for the collaboration is called Into the Frozen Wilds, which is, in my opinion, not very creative, but at the same time, they literally pulled it out from Horizon Zero Dawn's quest list, which is also called Into the Frozen Wilds. Now, when it comes to Into the Frozen Wilds, these will have the players hunt down a Zenogre in Hoarfrost Reach. Now, when it comes to the Zenogre actually represents two potential machines in Horizon Zero Dawn, The Frozen Wilds. The very first one is known as a Scorcher. A Scorcher is a fire-based machine which has a very wolf-like appearance, similar to that of the Zenogre. However, when it comes to the overall abilities of the Zenogre in terms of body slamming attacks and the slam attacks of the Zenogre's claws, all of that kind of stuff, that is not present on a Scorcher. These abilities are actually present on a machine known as the Frostclaw. The Frostclaw is a bear-like machine that basically body slams you and attacks you with elemental capabilities of ice. You fuse these two machines together because fire and ice somehow make lightning, then you have yourself Mecha Zenogre. Literally just fuse these two together, do a Photoshop of it or something, then that's kind of the idea that you get when it comes to Zenogre being a machine. Mecha Zenogre is a fusion of a Frostclaw and a Scorcher. My Frostclaw wins! Take that, demonic Frostclaw! Take that, Hephaestus! I win! The next event quest in Monster Hunter World Iceborne is known as the Survivor. The Survivor is one of the major side quests in Horizon Zero Dawn, which has you rescue two people from being destroyed by machines. If you want to know more information about that particular storyline, again, play the game, or at the very least, watch the cutscenes. Now, when it comes to the Survivor in Monster Hunter World Iceborne, this will have you hunt down a Stygian Zenogre, so the subspecies of the standard Zenogre. In this particular case scenario, much like that of the Zenogre, the Stygian Zenogre represents a fusion of two machines. This time we're taking a look at a Demonic Scorcher and a Fireclaw. The Demonic Scorcher, much like that of the standard Scorcher, has the very wolf-like appearance, but it's far more demonic, much like that of a Stygian Zenogre. And when it comes to the Fireclaw has fire capabilities, but this time it's representing the coloration of the Stygian Zenogre's capabilities. Both the Scorcher and a Fireclaw have fire-based capabilities, which are predominantly yellowish-red in coloration, which is what the lightning of Stygian Zenogre was meant to represent in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So even though they're fire-based creatures and Stygian Zenogre is a dragon-based creature, it's the lightning effects of Stygian Zenogre that Capcom was trying to replicate when it came to trying to replicate the abilities of a Scorcher and a Fireclaw. So that's kind of the basic gist of it. Mecha Zenogre and Mecha Stygian Zenogre are basically a fusion between a Scorcher and either a Fireclaw or a Frostclaw. This damn thing literally took me 20 minutes to kill in game, and I went from nighttime to daytime just hunting this thing. This thing is a tank! The final event quest in Monster Hunter World Iceborne is known as Firebreak. This is where you get the Banuk armor set. The Banuk armor set is the reward for these particular event quests, and there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is because in Firebreak, you're actually helping out a Banuk chief in destroying what is known as one of the AIs in Horizon Zero Dawn, known as Hephaestus. Now, in Horizon Zero Dawn, this is yet again a major event that happens in Horizon Zero Dawn, so play the game, watch the cutscenes, do something to get you up to specs when it comes to the lore of Horizon Zero Dawn to have a better idea as to what Capcom was trying to replicate when it comes to the event quest in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. When it comes to the Firebreak event quest in Monster Hunter World Iceborne, this has you hunt down a Savage Devil Joe in the Elder's Recess. Now, the reason they picked out the Elder's Recess wasn't so much because it's the most common place for Elder Dragons to go to or any strong monsters, but rather they were trying to focus on the volcanic area of Horizon Zero Dawn's Firebreak event and replicating that with the Elder's Recess in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So that's the reason why they picked the Elder's Recess. And when it comes to the Savage Devil Joe, you pretty much guessed it at this point, this is representing yet another Thunderjaw. No, we're not talking about the Fulgur Anjanath, put that thing away. We're talking about a Thunderjaw that's been turned into a demonic Thunderjaw in Horizon Zero Dawn, the Frozen Wilds. Demonic Thunderjaw happens during the Firebreak event quest, and when you actually go through the Firebreak storyline, you actually get confronted by a demonic Thunderjaw, which you have to basically kill in order to progress to the final boss of this particular side quest. So that's pretty much the reason why they have a Savage Devil Joe there. The Savage Devil Joe is meant to replicate a demonic Thunderjaw. Both the Savage Devil Joe and the demonic Thunderjaw are far more aggressive than their standard counterpart, and they are far more powerful than their standard counterpart. So yeah, when it comes to the Savage Devil Joe representing a specific machine, it's representing an upgraded version of the Thunderjaw, much like how the Savage Devil Joe is an upgraded version of a standard Devil Joe. And that, everyone, is pretty much all of the monsters representing specific machines in Horizon Zero Dawn when it comes to the Horizon Zero Dawn collaborations in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. Hopefully you may have learned that at this particular point, Capcom tried their best to actually replicate what they're collaborating with when it comes to the different games that they do collaboration with in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. This is pretty much prevalent when it comes to many of the collaborations that they've done outside of the Street Fighter game, because I think they were trying to replicate Blanca as Nergigante, but again, that's just my hazardous guess because, you know, a certain player in Street Fighter V somehow got a Nergigante skin. So yeah, you take my pick as to whether or not Nergigante was meant to represent a Blanca. But anyway, hopefully that gives you an idea as to what machines Capcom was trying to replicate when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn collaborations in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. Now that is pretty much it for me for this video. If you enjoyed these videos, please feel free to leave a like on the video itself, as well as subscribe to the channel so you can go ahead and catch up on any future Horizon Zero Dawn content or any Monster Hunter content that I might be doing or any other games that I might be playing in future. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Onward and upward.